Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. These are sourdough pretzel bites. So I'm excited to show you today's recipe because sourdough is just taking over the internet by storm. And I have made sourdough content. You should be following me on my social media, Instagram and TikTok, if you haven't seen my videos about other sourdough recipes that I've made. But today I'm gonna show you a sourdough pretzel bites recipe. This is really great if you have extra sourdough discard and you don't know what to do with it. Let's jump right in. So I have my sourdough right here. It is at peak and you can tell because it is doubled in size, and I always mark it with like a rubber band. So this is ready to go, and I'm gonna make a smaller batch of this, so I'll include all the measurements for my batch, and then you can just adjust the recipe and measurements based on how many you wanna make or how much sourdough discard you wanna use. So I have my discard, and I need 1/4 of a cup of my discard. So I'm just gonna take my spatula, I just give it a little bit of a mix, and then we're gonna do 1/4 of a cup. So I have 1/4 of a cup of my sourdough discard, and I am going to add it to a larger bowl. Of course, if you wanna get the spatula or any other tools that I'm using, they're all linked on my Amazon storefront, which you can find in the description below. So all that sourdough discard's in there, and you might be wondering, why is it called discard versus sourdough starter? The discard is just when it's already at peak and it's like what you don't need anymore. So sometimes, we just call it sourdough discard, but I actually prepare my sourdough starter to make this recipe. So don't know if you want to call it starter, discard, doesn't really matter. Just wanted to explain the difference in the terminology. So to my discard, I'm going to add some water. And then I'm gonna take my dough mixer here, and I'm going to dissolve my sourdough discard in the water. And this is just room temperature water. So we're just dissolving the discard in the water. So it doesn't have to be perfectly dissolved, but it is more or less dissolved in the water. I'm now going to add some sugar, some salt, and we're also adding some dry active yeast. And the reason we're doing this is because this is sourdough discard, so it's maybe not as active. Now mine was at peak because I don't like when my pretzels are on like the sour side, but if you're someone who actually likes that sour flavor, you can let it go slightly past peak where it's not, the starter is no longer domed and it's just completely flattened out, and then you can get a little bit of that sourness in it. And now also, so the reason that we're adding the dry active yeast is because the sourdough discard here is acting more as flavor. It's adding a lot of flavor to our pretzel bites, and the active dry yeast completely speeds up the dough doubling process, cuts the time like 4 times faster than it would be if you just did sourdough discard. So now I'm going to add my all-purpose flour. I'm not using bread flour for this. And I'm gonna put on my gloves just so it's a little bit less messy. And you might have noticed that I'm using a spatula that's a little bit different than a typical dough spatula because these are much easier to clean. I absolutely love them. They're much better than the ones that are like, you know, like the classic style. I found that my dough constantly gets stuck in there and I'm like really annoyed of cleaning it all the time, but this one, it just really easily wipes off. So I'm just mixing that together, and I do it with this first so I can scrape the sides and make sure that my dough is all getting combined with all the ingredients, all the flour is getting off the sides of the bowl. And of course, you can do this in a standing mixer, but I just like to do it by hand because I actually like to feel the texture of the dough. So I'm just gonna wipe this off. You can see how easily it wipes off. This is also on my Amazon storefront. And now we're going to knead this by hand for about 3 minutes. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also like this video while you're at it. I also want to talk about a myth that a lot of people think with bread. Now, bread, of course, it takes time to learn how to do this. It takes time how to learn how to use your own starter, what works in your kitchen, what works for you and your schedule. But a lot of people say when you mix the dough initially, you don't want to like over mix it and you're like doing this shaggy dough and you want to leave it. I actually like to take a couple minutes, just like between 2 to 4 minutes, and hand knead it to start building that strength at the very beginning. You want the gluten to really start to work with the dough, and that way your dough is going to be much stronger for any kind of baking that you're going to be doing. Specifically for like if you're making bagels, or if you're doing these pretzel bites, or if you're just making bread, if you're making pizza dough, I always do that extra kneading. So I build that strength early on. And then when it's actually proofing and it's building like those bubbles that you get, you're not disturbing the bubbles and like breaking them apart later on in the recipe. After kneading the dough for 3 minutes, cover it with some plastic wrap or just anything to prevent any air from getting to the dough so it doesn't dry out. And we're going to let this proof for 1 hour on the counter, just in a warm place. You could also put it on a warming plate, whatever's easier for you, whichever is just the warmest area in your house. And while you are also letting this rise for an hour, preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and you want to do this for the full hour so that the entire oven gets up to temperature. After an hour, your dough will be ready, so I can press my fingerprint and it should slowly bounce back up. So I'm going to take it out of the bowl. And we're just going to carefully take this out. I'm going to scrape up any of these extra bits. And I'm going to divide my dough into 4 pieces. This just makes it easier to work with. So I'm going to make each of these quarters into a log shape. And you want the diameter to be about 1 inch. And I'm just going to do this for all 4 quarters. Your dough should be not sticky at all. I haven't added any extra flour, any extra water. It should be really, really easy to work with. So I have my 4 pieces here, and I'm just going to cut my little pretzel bites, and I want them to be about 1 inch in size. So now I'm going to transfer my little pretzel bites onto a sheet pan. And I'm only using the parchment paper for the size of the amount of pretzel bites that I have, because this is going into a 500-degree oven, which is a little bit hotter than what parchment paper can typically handle. So I don't want a lot of exposed, just open pieces of the parchment paper so it doesn't burn in the oven or anything like that. We're ready to prepare the secret to making these really crispy when they bake. So I have my baking soda, and I have half a cup of boiling water, or say boiled water. And I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of baking soda to my boiled water. And we're just gonna go ahead and mix this together. This is going to make them nice and crispy when they bake in the oven. So now I'm just gonna take this baking soda dissolved mixture, and we do wanna make sure that the baking soda is dissolved. So now that it's clear, I'm just gonna take a basting brush, and I'm just going to brush the top. These are now ready to go into the oven. We're gonna bake them at 500 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes. You know that they're ready when they're going to be golden all the way around. That means that they're cooked through. Now we're not done. While that is baking, we're gonna work on our topping. So I have some salted butter. It's been sitting out at room temperature. And I'm just gonna pop this into the microwave for 10 seconds right before my pretzel bites are done so it can be fully melted. Look at how perfect and golden these pretzel bites are. I have my melted salted butter. I'm going to now add my everything but the bagel seasoning to my butter. Now you can use whatever you want. You could just do the salted butter. You could do cinnamon and make them sweet. You could do red pepper flakes and make them spicy. Make this however you like. Just the most important thing is right when they come out of the oven. And mine only needed the 8 minutes to bake. You're gonna top it with that butter because these pretzel bites now need to soak up that delicious butter flavor. And this is about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just gonna use all of it, make sure that it is fully coated. And you just wanna let them sit after you have basted them in the butter for about 5 minutes so you can soak up all that flavor. And that is it. You have delicious sourdough pretzel bites. I absolutely love these. They're like a perfectly warm pretzel in a single bite. Absolutely great way to also use your sourdough discard if you're on a sourdough journey. And if you love sourdough, drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite sourdough recipe is. Now let me show you the perfect inside. These are just so soft, so delicious. I love it with the everything but the bagel seasoning because it is salty, it is buttery. Cheers, guys. If you're someone who loves pretzels, if you're someone who is looking for a new sourdough recipe to try, this is the one for you. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.